Good evening, and on behalf of Ms. Reeves, my partner, and myself, we want to thank you very much for being here this evening at our Gate Band concert. We're blessed by great parents, and you represent tonight. We're also blessed by great administrators, and I would like to thank our superintendent of schools, Mr. Brian Jacobs, for being here this evening. Would you give him a hand? Thank you for being here. Also, we have some principals here, and I won't list them all, but let's thank our principals for being here and guiding our students. And tonight's program is being professionally recorded by Mr. Brian Dennis, and the neat thing about these little envelopes is if you put $10 in them tonight, we hope to deliver them tomorrow. He's going to stay up all night and edit it and make it look awesome, and we will deliver them to your school tomorrow by the time they get out. So that's one of the jobs we have to do tomorrow, and one of the jobs he's doing tonight. So put your cameras away and enjoy the show and do that. These students on stage, we consider the band students to be the best students at any school. They're the best academically, they're the best socially. These 54 students represent the best of the best because these have been chosen from all 10 elementary schools, and we consider them to be the best of the best. And before we start to celebrate their achievements tonight, would you join me in just taking a moment of silence as we remember the victims, the teachers, and the students of Sandy Hook Elementary. Thank you. Tidings of Joy. At this time, we're going to change percussion. As you know, we don't start percussion. We just choose different people for different songs. And so each song has a different set of percussionists. On this song, we're actually going to feature Mrs. Reeves on the piano And the interesting thing about this is we've never got to rehearse it really with piano, because you saw our room and how crowded it is with all the students in there. We have no room for a piano in there, so this will be the first time they get to hear it with the piano. So here's Christmas Time is Here.
Thank you, that was fun. It sure sounded different than it sounded in the band room. Thank you, Miss Reeves. At this time, we're going to start featuring, as you see on your program, we're going to start featuring over 40 of the 54 students that prepared solos and ensembles for you this evening. And hopefully, it'll go right along in rhythm. If you're playing on the first page of the program, we want you to get in the wings and get ready now so you can come right out. We start with a flute sextet, 6 flutes, 3 from one school and 3 from another school, and they're going to be playing a piece called Dona Nobis Pacem.
thank especially Mrs. Reeves for that one. She put a lot of these groups together, and she really worked with the flutes on that. Next we have Andres representing Foster School. He's going to be playing Angels We Have Heard on Heaven. Next, representing Woodruff School, is Melody. Next we have a verse of Away in a Manger by Jaime from Baxter School, to be followed by another verse by Miriam playing it on clarinet. So here's Jaime and Miriam. Trumpet Quartet representing Lindstrom School, and these four have been going around the school today playing this in all the classes. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Next, representing Washington School, we have Jasmine on the saxophone. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
but don't they look great? This is a flute trio, and they're going to play an arrangement of Let It Snow. Thank you. That's what we're all hoping, those of us who get to go up in the mountains the next couple of weeks. Let it snow. Bring on that snow. Of course, my daughter works for a snowboard company, so let it ski, let it board. This next song, it just cracks me up when I think of a tuba or a baritone on a roof. So maybe you'll get the feeling. This is a, baritone's going to play it first, and then the tuba up on the housetop. And next up we have George representing Foster School, and he's going to play Joy to Yeah, all the rest of the solos get ready in the wings. And this is Jesus representing Pyle School. And he's going to be playing Frosty the Snowman.
us, Brian told us he played piano, and we had no clue. So Miss Reeves went and listened to this and said, we can use that for the concert. So here's Brian, Maple Leaf Rag. Thank you, Brian. And I think Miss Reeves told me he kind of made that up himself, too. He doesn't read, and he didn't memorize. He just kind of heard it and made it up. So. Next, we're going to continue from Lynchburg School. We have Tiana. And as you know, this season is filled with many holidays. And one of the holidays with great music is Hanukkah. So she's going to do a Hanukkah song, Hava Nagila.
this next song, I'm going to turn the guitar over to my son, Jonathan, who has actually been helping some of these students out. He's a graduate of Lindstrom in Mayfair High School. And so we kind of put this duet together. They both wanted to play the same song, Feliz Navidad. So Miss Reeves made a duet where they could both be featured. This next number, we're going to feature our whole trombone section, and you'll notice we have a red and a green one. These are fun little, they're called P-bones, and they're made of plastic, and you're able to get these things fairly cheap at the music store, and I'm a trombone player, and Miss Reeves and I just love picking these up and playing with the students. They're really lightweight, they're cheap. I guess when you drop them, they would break and you'd fall apart, but we thought we'd get a red and green one and feature them here as maybe something to call your attention to. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get good quality instruments, and that's one of the things we're encouraging you all. If you're still renting an instrument, this would be a great season to think about what you can purchase. Okay, so they're going to be playing We Three Kings all together, all 5 trombones. Speaking of new instruments, Alex just showed up with this beautiful new tenor saxophone a few weeks ago, and so we're going to feature him now. He's from the ILC. It's called I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Next, it wouldn't be a holiday program if we didn't feature one of the most recorded Christmas songs ever, Silent Night. So we have a duet between Jason and Abel. Jason represents Powell School and Abel represents Jefferson School. And we put this together last Tuesday night. It's called Silent Night. And now Sal, representing Ramona School, and this is one of those songs, whenever I go to a concert and this song is sung or played, it just brings down the house. And so we chose one of our best clarinet players to give it a try. Here's O Holy Night. I'll turn the guitar over to a better player than myself, and featuring Jeremy from Woodruff School, a Christmas song. besides a new instrument for Christmas, if you already bought that, one of the other suggestions we put on those graining papers we sent home was new music, a new music book. Next semester we'll be actually using this new book in gate band and at the schools. So that one we mentioned is a good one. But the last two solos are going to be done to accompaniment CD. And this is a book you can also get that's got all sorts of neat solos in there, and students can play at home with accompaniment CD. So here is Crystal, and she's going to do from the Polar Express, Believe. Crystal represented Foster School, and Asia is representing the ILC, and she too is playing with the accompaniment CD. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Before we do our last number again, let me thank you so much for being here, for being the supporters that got the instruments, that listen to them practice, and that come out on a night like tonight to support them and to give them the encouragement they need. I want to thank Mr. Dennis very much for being here, and please take advantage of that. He's got envelopes. We have a couple up here, and some of you got them when you came in. Put the student's name, their school, and their room number, and he's going to stay up all night editing, and we're going to start delivering these about 10 o'clock tomorrow after we do a morning concert. We got a little morning thing to do, but we'll start delivering these tomorrow, and they can have them by Christmas too. And the neat thing about this, I mean, you've recorded your son and daughter, but wouldn't it be neat if in 20 years they got to show their kids, or 30 years, show their kids what they did in 5th and 6th grade. So you'll have a professional recording of tonight, and he does a wonderful job of putting all the names in and the program in, and it just looks very professional. So please take advantage of that. We finish with Santa Goes West. My partner, Ms. Reeves. Thank you very much. The students are just going to come straight out to you now. Please take advantage of Mr. Dennis in the back. There's envelopes here. Thank you. Merry Christmas. See you later.
Okay. Hindi pa naman alam si Jeremy kung mag-ayos ko yun eh.
Jillian.
Mika, hold on. Good job, Jeremy. Good job. I was thinking, tinulungan ko lahat ng kay Jeremy lang ako gumising eh.